Welcome to Charter Local Edition. I'm Tracy Young. Approximately 70,000 children are in foster care in the state of California alone. But joining us to talk about his efforts to reunite families is Assemblymember Anthony Portantino, who represents the 44th District. Nice to have you with us, sir.
Thank you, Tracy.
It always makes me, I guess, a little bit sad that there are so many children that are in foster care, and the numbers seem to go against them, too. That 67% don't graduate from high school, only 2 to 3% ever go to college. They're emancipated and they have no place to go. It seems like we're just not taking good care of our young people in some instances.
Well, it's a serious problem and a serious issue, and if you factor in that many of those children who get emancipated then end up in the criminal justice system because we're not training them, that we're not equipping them for the world. I often say, you know, my own daughter who's had advantages, I wouldn't send out into the world on a handshake.
No, no.
And here we have children who have had difficult lives, who've had many things stacked against them. We're sending out into the world on a handshake. And
so why is this personal for you? Why are you so involved in this issue?
Well, my district in particular has a high concentration of foster group homes, has a significant number of foster youth. We hold a foster youth town hall forum every year where we bring the kids to the forefront and let them talk about what's on their mind, and we keep all the providers and all of the people out there that are there to help them ready to answer their questions, but we make it about the kids. And so it just seems like the right thing to do.
Right. I can only imagine through all the trauma that these children go through, many times someone will say, look, I'll take one, but I won't take a sister or brother. Sometimes you have 3 children who are removed from a home. They've already gone through that trauma, and then sometimes they're split up. I see the other side, which is how does a foster family take in, 2 to 3 children. But who do we put first here?
Right. Well, we're actually put forth 2 pieces of legislation this year. One, to try to keep siblings together. We think that's better for the kid. Again, they're out there in the world.
At least it's one consistent that they'll have.
Exactly, and it's just better for them. So we're trying to encourage sibling placements to be together. And then we also have another piece of legislation that we're working with the California Youth Connection, which is the organization of foster youth, to better train the county and the state folks on tracking down relatives of foster youth. Because oftentimes there's someone out there that would happily take in a relative if we can find them. And so we're trying to encourage that because we think it's better for the kid and it'll save money.
So how difficult do you think it's going to be to accomplish this? These seems like pretty simple things to me in some ways. Do we need legislation for this, or why are we not already doing this?
Well, some of it is, frankly, that word mandate that people don't like. Sometimes you just have to say do it. And no one likes to be told to do something. And again, you would think many of these things are commonplace. Certainly the budget crisis are making different agencies make different choices, but we think these are 2 prudent steps that will help the kid and help the system, and so we think it's appropriate to run legislation.
I have done some work in this area, and I know that sometimes, as you said, someone just simply does not know. Maybe their relatives who've not lived together know one another, but there may be somebody out there that would be willing. It's a distant cousin or someone we don't know might be willing to take a child in. And for them to be in a home, even with that connection that they don't know, there's something about the familial feeling that we feel that makes them more comfortable.
No, absolutely. And again, the folks who go into this line of work are people who care.
Absolutely. And are generally underpaid.
They're underpaid and they're overworked, and the system has a tremendous amount of burden, but we have to find these ways that are better for the kid that also have the potential of saving resources.
So where are you in the process of these 2 bills?
One has been introduced and just got out of the Appropriations Committee yesterday and is moving to the floor of the Assembly. And the other has been drafted and will be put in the next 2 weeks.
1-year bills?
Yes, they're both this year bills.
Okay, will you please follow up with us? Something we
Absolutely.
care about. We care about the young people in our community.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time, sir. For Charter Local Edition, I'm Tracy Young. Now back to CNN HLN.